none of that information.
There we go.
Go Cowboys. Welcome to the digital age. In the blockchain world with beef, we're going to be the first in the United States.
Silicon Valley may be the U.S. hub for tech innovation, but Wyoming wants to be the hub for blockchain innovation.
This is the first time we're doing it. I mean, we're literally adding cows on a blockchain.
This really is kind of the Old West meets the future. I was considered once upon a time an early pioneer in the internet. We formed our first internet company in 1993 in the field of internet commerce. What they're doing here today is as dramatic and radical as what happened with the internet in 1993.
And we're tagging cattle with RFID tags.
You know, this is all about economic development and getting new businesses to the state of Wyoming and getting this tech sector to recognize what we've got going on.
You know, Wyoming's really looking for ways to diversify their economy, and we've tried a myriad of things. You know, we spent literally hundreds of millions of dollars to bring industry to Wyoming. This was an attempt to make it where it's a really friendly state for blockchain technology. Will they come? And we now know the answer. The answer is yes.
My background is a supply chain, so when you take a cow and it has to go to California and then back to Greeley and then back to the West Coast, I just was mesmerized by the frequent flyer miles that some of this product has on it before it gets to the end customer. And I started asking questions and said, why wouldn't Wyoming want to brand their beef or shorten that supply chain and capture more of that value?
I think it's going to go a long way toward helping Wyoming further market our livestock. The Pacific Rim, they're very interested in this cowboy state beef.
And what the RFID tags are going to enable us to do is track the cattle through their life and track the pastures that they're feeding on, the way they're being handled, when they're going to transport.
I talked to the guy from Forbes, called me and did an hour interview. I said, these calves have never been inside a building or a barn. He said, you're kidding me. And I said, their life will all be spent outside. From the day they're born till they die, they're going to be in Wyoming.
You know, the difference between a feedlot beef, cattle that have been raised just in a feedlot, and living out here in the wilds of Wyoming, they're naturally healthy. They're well muscled. They eat all the grass they can possibly pack in their belly, and you end up with a better product at the end of the day.
The EID tag that they're putting in the ear, which is a 15-digit unique number, this is reading that tag and then sending it to a CRV file. They're able to utilize it here where they can read these tags and then download it right to their cell phone and send that right to a file and be able to get those numbers immediately afterwards. So they can put it into the blockchain after that and be able to keep that from getting distorted.
And it gives us a bigger opportunity to show buyers what it is that we're producing. Wyoming by far produces the best beef in the world. And so blockchain is going to give us a platform really to show the world what we are producing, how we handle our cattle.
Kip said he'll have the blockchain set up by next week. So you'll be able to basically point your phone at it and see all the data points in it.
You've also exempted all virtual currency from property taxes. In other words, if I mine there and produce a product that ends up having a lot of value, I don't have to pay taxes on it.
Yeah, you don't have to pay property taxes at all. That's correct.
And it's not an income tax either.
That's correct. There is no state income tax. There is no corporate income tax either.
There's something about the culture of Wyoming that, I'll use that same phrase, magical. It's solid, it's trustworthy, reliable, but really the population of the state is small enough. You can get things done here. People know each other. They can make a phone call and accomplish what might be impossible in other places. So Wyoming is the place to do the impossible.
I think talking to people about it today, I'm very encouraged. I think that there's more applications for it than I'd actually thought about.
Wow, and you got a lot of power in Wyoming, right?
We do. We're diversified. We've got coal, we've got natural gas, we've got hydro. We've got all of those, and the state of Wyoming only uses about 10% of the power it produces. We're a huge exporter of energy, so our kilowatt hour on the wholesale is relatively cheap compared to elsewhere.
It's really going to allow us to expand the market and let people understand the quality they're getting, and that in turn builds our economy. That's the key. It's an increased investment return. It's a strong economy that's going to keep Wyoming income tax free.
Yeah, it's a great turnout. I mean, it's like it's an event. We should have maybe got a band or something, but no, it's phenomenal. I mean, this shows how much support there is in Wyoming for utilizing this kind of technology.